So a few of y'all were like, what do you do when you get your first $100 and you want to jump out there and start investing? And I was like, okay, been there. So how about I just make a video about it? I am not a pro and I am not licensed. I'm just here to share what I did. And you definitely do not have to listen because this is only for entertainment. So let's go. When I decided to make this video, I was like, there's got to be a million videos about this. Let me go do my research. And it was crazy, all the stuff that I found out there. Everyone is trying to sell you books or sell you a course or tell you they have the secret, but you have to click on this link to get there. And I was just like, it really is not this complicated. It doesn't have to be this difficult. So that's why I'm here. When you have $100 to invest, one false move could make all the blocks come tumbling. So we're actually going to go over to my Robinhood app and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So first things first, I thought about the companies that have been around for a long time that either I know of or I've used that offer a dividend. You want to get into a dividend stock because they're going to pay you either quarterly or monthly. I have both and I'll touch on that later. But you go to the search bar and see, I like Pepsi as a company. I consume Pepsi products, but once I went to search the Pepsi stock, I saw that it was extremely high. So $145, I was like, okay, I can't get into that. But even more important than what is trading at right now, look at the 52-week high and the 52-week low. It's at 145. The 52-week high is $147.20. That means it's almost as high as it's ever been. You don't want to get into a company that is already at its height. So what I did was I went with CocaCola, and we'll look at CocaCola right now. Now, even though CocaCola is at $53, let's look at their activity. Now, I got into Coca-Cola a while ago, and as you see, I have a dividend coming up. But if we look at their 52-week high and their 52-week low, their high is $60. Right now, it's trading for $53.79. So to me, even though I got in way low, I wouldn't like to go ahead and put more money in, but they're still underneath where they've been at a max. So to me, it's a good idea to go ahead and make that one of my recurring stocks. So if you go down to their earnings, their quarterly earnings, you can see that they've outperformed themselves each quarter, so or met their target. So I would say if you have $100, it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy one share of Coca-Cola, and then possibly as you get money, you can do fractional shares now. I didn't get into that, but I'm starting to get into that with the bigger companies. Coca-Cola is one that I would definitely go with because that's one that I invest in myself. And like I said, as you get like $20, if you do $20 a week, you can put $20 a week into Coca-Cola or $20 every 2 weeks, and you're buying stock. So after 2.5 weeks, you would have bought yourself another share, and you're just going to earn money. Now, another one I think it might be halfway decent is Ford. So I do not own any Ford, but I am using that as my first options trade. If you haven't checked out those videos, make sure you guys go back and check it out. But look at where Ford is compared to where it's been over the past 5 years. So a lot of stocks are super high now because of the COVID and everything that's going on. So I like to look at what were they doing before COVID. And during COVID, of course, I expect their numbers to be a little higher, but let's see what they were doing beforehand. I'm not going to get into Ford, and I'm not going to suggest that anybody does, but if you do your research, if you find stocks that were, that are lower on the end, like $9, stuff like that, $4, $5, $12, you can get more than one share. So I think that's a good move. Something else I did was I invested in ETFs. In short, ETFs take a bunch of different stocks and it allows you to get fractional portions of it, and you get a dividend. So we're going to look at one ETF that I personally am invested in. Now, this PowerShares S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility ETF is trading for $38.32. This is someone that I'm definitely invested in, one of my first ETFs. And the reason I did ETFs is because I wanted to be a part of a lot of companies, but I didn't have money to invest in each one. So this one was a good one. And then look at the past year, the past 5 years, and you can see that they've kind of been pretty stable. So I got in at $32. They're a little higher. Now, this one pays a dividend, but something I want you to look at is the ratio, the PE ratio and the yield. You'll need to do research on that. I could do another video on that, but that yield right there tells you that it's a 4.8 yield. So they pay a higher dividend. There's a formula. I won't even go down that because I'm trying to make this video very simple, but this is something that the higher that yield is, most likely the higher that monthly or quarterly dividend is going to be. So to make things really simple, one of the great things about investing in an ETF is that you get access to a whole bunch of companies like the Googles, Amazons, Berkshire, stuff that you don't have enough money to buy one whole share of. Because I think Amazon right now is like $2,000, $3,000 for one share. You can get in on all of these companies on a fractional basis and still earn a dividend from a company like Amazon that does not offer a dividend. If you have the stock, owning shares of an ETF offers you a dividend. So just to recap, you want to look at things that you use in your regular life. Like, let's look at one that I know a lot of people are into, Fitbit. I do not own any Fitbit. I would not suggest you buy any Fitbit, but we're just going to look at it for the sake of this demonstration. So you see how it's trading at $7.25. We're going to look at it over the past year, 5 years. And look, even throughout the pandemic and everything that's going on, Fitbit has not raised, really. It hasn't done anything. So with it being steady and kind of at a regular low, but not to the bottom low, I'm not going to put my money into Fitbit, even though it's only $7 a share and I may own the Fitbit and I may be, an active user. I wouldn't go there. Now, one thing I'm interested in and that I did invest in is Simply Foods. So if you know a company, type it in. If you happen to type it in and it doesn't pop up, go online and research. So Simply Good Foods is actually the people that are under Quest bars. I eat a lot of Quest bars, Quest products. I use Quest products, especially with my lifestyle. So I wanted to invest in Quest. Now, I can give you a whole bunch of other little companies that I think are great, but this video is getting kind of long. So just see, as you can see, I don't have a lot of shares in this, but this is where I started, because in the beginning I didn't have a lot of money, but I had enough to go ahead and keep buying a share here, a share there. That's what I did. And you definitely want to invest in things, like I said, that fit your lifestyle, or that everyday products and stuff like that. It's a different strategy going from $100 to $1,000, from $1,000 to $5,000, and then from $5,000 to $10,000, and $10,000 all the way up. My strategies and my techniques changed. Make sure you guys share this video and thumbs me up. That way it goes in the algorithm and more people can see this video. And comment down below if y'all have any awesome companies, or if you guys have any questions about my video.